Alright, we're recording. So, we have captured many British battleships and cruisers. They were nice enough to surrender them to me, and we are going to fix them up, starting with this New Zealand. Actually, we're going to do the Majestic first. So let's go view this guy here. We're going to go make us some... because the Chinese battleships, I just don't like them. I don't like them at all. So we're going to go make us some nice battleships, hopefully. Using expropriated British battleships. So, I'm becoming a big fan of the word expropriated. It sounds very South African. So, let's go see what we can do with this guy here. First off, we need bulkheads because, yeah. And let's get some more draft. And we want this to go... I really want to go 21 knots. Well, let's see what we can do with the engines first. Let's get better engines, auxiliary engine, unbalanced rudder. Get all that stuff. We want better barbettes, double hull, more bulkheads, anti-flood. We only have the Citadel one. I'm not worried about the anti-torpedo yet. We'll see if we have the room for that. Let's get rid of torpedoes. We don't need torpedoes. Our torpedoes suck anyway. Alright. Why does it say I still have... There we go. And we want the Coincidence 2. We want ballastite. We want picric acid because we're crazy. We want to go high explosive because our ships light things on fire. Got the heavy, we want extra ammo. Standard reloading is going to be fine. Alright, so next thing we're going to do is first off, we don't want these 12-inch turrets. We're going to go with our 13s. In fact, we're going to make these 13.9s if we can. I want to scoot this forward as much as I can, but I don't think it's going to let me. Alright, so that's as far... Alright, so we're going to make these guns big. I think that's as good as we're going to get that front turret. Not great, but... that's alright. This front tower 6. Is that the best we got? Yeah, that's the best we got. These smokestacks won't really do. And I want the ship to go faster. Go minimum crew. We could tighten up the beam, make the ship go faster. I really want you to go 21 knots. That ain't happening. 20 knots? No. 19 knots? No. 18 knots is so slow. You know, let's pull off these guns here. And we're going to redo those later. I should have just stripped the whole ship, is what I really should have done. Because we're rebuilding this thing from the ground up. But, I could stick this guy in here. Let's see here. Let's go with this, minimal rear tower 1. And go with standard funnels. 1, 2, 3. And That makes it a very compact design. Now, this minimal tower here, it's 1.2 base accuracy. I mean, we get more accuracy with a bigger tower, but... Alright, so let's try and make these as far back as we can. And let's see if we can go with a bigger secondary tower. I don't think we can. Like, this rear tower is way too big. Medium secondary tower. We can do that. What does this thing have? This has 1.4, 1.7. Alright, so this is the biggest secondary tower we can have. But a 1.7 versus a 1.2, it's not really that big of a difference. It's like 80 tons, so screw it. We're just going to go with this little tiny rear tower. That'll be fine. And then we can do some crazy stuff with barbettes. Put a barbette there. And a barbette there. Because I don't think... we could put... Can we put a dual barbette up here? No, it's not going to let us. We go with a tall barbette, but that's not really going to do any good either. Probably just something like that. Alright, so secondary guns. What's the... So you can turn nicely. I can put a 6-incher up here. Now, this thing is super fine barbette tiny. And this one is a small. So does that doesn't obstruct it. And we could do that. Is that not gonna... Why are you not letting me do that? So if I do this, then I can put one up there. But then it won't let me put another one up top if I do it this way. That's really irritating, isn't it? That's really kind of annoying. Alright, fine. We're going to go with the small one. And we'll do this. And I think we're just going to do 5-inch secondary guns. I was hoping to do 6s, but I can't put a 6 on there. So we can do this. Or we can do 2.9s. So, wow, look at this front. These are... very... wow. Alright, no wonder this is so unbalanced. Alright, so let's see. Can we go 19 knots? Now we can. Can we go 20 knots? We can. 21 knots? Yeah, I think 20 is what we... I think 20 is what we can realistically do with this thing. And that's not awful. I mean, going 20 knots, it's not bad. We got...
Not in this era.
Not in this era. So we got the 5-inch guns. I really want to put 6-inch, but...
Didn't you figure out that 5.9s weighed like half of what 6-inchers did?
let's go compare. So 5.9 weighs with the extended barrel weighs less than the 6 inches. And this has a 13.3. So the 5.9s, I guess we're going 5.9s. Fuck it. Um I kind of want to put I really like to put some 2.9s up here, but it won't let me. I mean, I guess I can use the single turrets because it really gets offended at me putting these here. So I guess we're gonna go. I guess we're gonna do this. Just gonna go single 2.9s. Not quite how I envisioned it, but screw it. I don't know if I could put them in the front and back like this, which I guess. Not quite what I had in mind, but seems to work. I mean, if it ain't broke. Now, as far as casemate guns go, oh, I could fill these with 2.9s also. Screw it. Let's do it. Now, for these other slots, these need to be 4s, but I don't even know if I'm going to bother with them. I mean, I could put them in, but really my secondary guns are just for tearing up torpedo boats and small ships, and the let's just go for more armor. I mean, 20 knots is okay for a battleship. I can even do anti-torpedo and have room for torpedo protection, which isn't bad. I need to add a little bit more. Although if I don't go with the torpedo protection, then I can have better armor on the front and back. And their torpedoes aren't really long range yet. It's 20% torpedo protection. A little bit more floatability and resistance. Because from the front, these guys are going to be a little bit vulnerable, but how often am I going to be fighting from the front? That's not going to scooch back any. And you're not scooching back any either. So, I mean, I guess .1's not bad. That's really not that bad. This is actually really good. 6-month refit. I've got pretty good armor on the guns. I could stand to have better. Flash fire chance is so fucking high. Oh my god. But if I were to go for gun cotton, it doesn't change it that much. So, alright, we're just gonna risk it. Hope the guns don't get penetrated. Go 1 inch on top of the... Do that. Start beefing up the armor there. This is pretty good. I mean, the firing arcs are reasonable. I've got the nice 5-inch secondaries. I got all the anti-torpedo boat guns. I think this is pretty solid. And I could jack with the range, but I think this is a... How much tonnage do I save? I save 400 tons, and I get a lot of range out of this. Now, realistically, my next fight's going to be with the U.S., and I'm going to need the range to fight them in the Pacific. But 13,000... Hey, Turpits. Yeah, the faster reloading is going to weigh a lot, I think. If we were to go for enhanced reloading... That's not that much. I mean, it's only adding 10% reload time. And it slows down the gun aiming speed. Which I'm not super worried about the reload time on this. I could drop the range down. I could do something like that. So... I think that I'd rather have the extra armor, to be honest. We're going to go standard reloading. It's only a 10% difference. And let's go. Because I want these guys to be tanky. There, oh, and it balances the ship perfectly. There we go. There we go, baby. And we go 6-inch deck. Nope. Actually, I want more gun armor, because... I want big honking barbettes and lots of gun armor, because I don't want these guys to cook off. That is my big concern. There we go. So that's the refit. And it's a 6-month refit, which isn't bad, and it meets all my requirements. So I think... there's our first battleship. Alright, so... we got this guy going... How fast were we going? 20 knots or 21? I think we just made it 20 knots. Let me double check, because I want my other battleships to go... Yeah, 20 knots. Because I'm going to use these captured British ships, and I'm going to make kind of a fleet with these captured British ships. So we got the Majestic. Now let's do the New Zealand. And I'm just going to strip this thing down. This ship looks so empty. Alright, we're just going to take all this off. I'm going to build it basically the same way. At the front tower, go with the minimal rear tower. Actually, we're going to... Let's go get all the tech going. Go maximum draught. Maximum bulkheads. 20 knots. Get the engines, the auxiliary, just all the good technology. Extra bulkheads, anti-flood, a citadel, coincidence 2. All right. Go 6-inch belt, 5-inch main deck, 2-inch secondary deck, 2-inch superstructure. Alright. Let's go with our main guns. We're going to go with our 13.9s. Because that's the biggest gun we can have. I guess there's not a lot of option there. I think we're actually going to put these guys... like that. Go for... Go for barbettes. Like that. Alright, then we're going to have for our secondary guns... have 4 5.9s. A little bit better than what we had before. And then for the casemates, we're going to go with a bunch of... Oh, this doesn't want the... Is it not wanting the 2.9s? I mean, I guess I can... What does it want for the lower guns? It wants at least 4 inches, I bet. Oh, man, it wants 4-inch guns. That's going to be... Huh. So, I guess we're going to do a bunch of 2.9s because I want the anti-torpedo boat weaponry. And then the question is, do I stick on... I could do a bunch of 4-inch guns just to have... you know, something a little bit bigger. You know, these 4-inch guns have a range of 10 kilometers, and these have a range of 9.2, so not the end of the world. I could go 5 or 6, but then that starts getting really heavy. And I've got the tonnage for it.
4.5s work just fine on that. Or 4.9s.
Yeah. Well, if I were to do a 4.9, then it weighs 95 tons. So that adds a lot of weight. Only 10.2 kilometers. So I could have 6-inch guns. I could go 6-inch guns for less, which I mean, you know, that would be an option. Go 6-inch guns and go with the extended barrel, and these only weigh 70 tons apiece. And if I were to go 6.9s, now they're weighing 97. They're weighing the same amount as um these are 4.9 by 35, and these weigh 95 tons, and these weigh 97 tons. 12.8 kilometer range versus 10.2. So screw it. We're gonna stick with the. We're gonna go 6.9s, baby. That adds a lot of forward weight. Is the only problem. And let's see here. I need to do this. Go capped, nose fuse. I'm gonna have to tweak some things because I'm gonna be over tonnage now. So I'm 800 tons over. I could drop the beam, and then everything is happy again. And I've got some nice engine efficiency. But I don't know if I can... 7... I don't know if I can... if I can tweak this or not. So, what I don't have is I didn't put secondary 2.9s which I probably want to. How do I get you to fit? Because you really don't want to. Um, hmm. I think these 6.9s are too powerful. I think I'm just going to go, if I just go regular 6-inch guns, That gives me more to work with. And that balances it out. Alright, so that's okay. I do want... Oh, you need some barbette. And I can always beef up the 6-inch guns later. The 6-inch guns, these guys have a range of 13 kilometers. I mean, they're still fine for range. So they're going to be okay. Because if I were to do a 5.9 on... This would weigh more, so... I think we're just going to leave it how that is. Alright, so we've got some guns down here that seem to be okay. I could scooch the... No, I'm just going to leave that alone. And I want to add a little bit more armor. I don't think I can add any more. I think that's as much as we're gonna get out of you. Alright, so there we go. This is as much armor as we can squeeze on this guy. He's going 20 knots. He's got... This is solid. This will be good enough. I think this will be very good enough. So we're gonna do that. He's like the other battleship, only a little bit more battleshipy. And then we'll do the... Huh?
Is that an engineering term?
Yes, it's very battleshipy. And so now let's go check out the cruiser and see if we can do the cruiser. Because I should have the tonnage to build, the building ability to do this guy. So, and we're going to make these guys so they can get into the battle line with the battleships. And I think I'm going to make this my Pacific Fleet for when I fight the Americans. So, and I'm just going to strip this out also because screw it. Alright, maximum bulkheads. Negative 4.1, negative 4.5, negative 4.7, negative 5, negative 4, whoops, negative 4.85, negative 4.8. That's close enough. Alright, so let's get this thing all set up. And realistically, these only need to also go 20 knots. Oh wow, this guy has a lot of you put a lot of armor on here, didn't you? Alright, so let's go with that front tower. And we'll do a rear tower 1, 2, 3. I mean, the 5. That's a little heavy. What's the difference in accuracy? 1.5, 4.5. I mean, that's a bit of an accuracy difference. It's a 4 base accuracy for front tower. So base accuracy is plus 5%. If we stick you on, still says the same. I don't know if that affects it or I don't know if it affects it or not. We'll go coincidence 2. Alright, so main guns are going with the Mark III 9-inch guns. Now, unfortunately, I can't use these barbettes that I really want. Otherwise, I would have many other options. I guess I'm going to have to put 4 of these because the duals weigh. So the dual funnels are 9. That's 5. So these are better. I wonder if I were to motherfucker, why'd you turn around backwards like that, you idiot? What the hell? Quit turning around backwards, damn it! You doofus. Why are you doing that? Why do you hate me so much? Oh my god. Would you please not turn around backwards? There we go. So we got you. Then I can't put that thing on there. And there's not enough room for me to... Alright, so... Alright, so I've got to put this up here. I would like to put you down there, but you're not going to let me. Alright, let's see if we can do something crazy. No, it won't let me double up like that. Alright, so Oh, it definitely doesn't like that. Alright, let's go move you out like this. So we could do this. We could have 5.9s. We could have 9.9s on the Mark III guns. And this isn't bad, actually. That's not bad at all. And then we have our little 2.9 casemates. What's our speed? 21.4. It's probably faster than we need to go. But then what's the lower guns? Are they 3 inchers? Yeah, we could do... We do 3.9s. What's the difference in... They're the same as a 4-inch gun, so that's 9.7, 8.5, 2.6 accuracy. So the 3.9 is way less than the 4-inch guns. So let's do that. And let's give these some better armor. Go picric acid, balisite, increased ammo, make them bigger, and I'll go cap ballistic, because that'll still give these guys reasonably good armor penetration. And so this is pretty okay. I can even go with anti-torpedo. We still need some... I could put a turret there. How does this affect... It affects the aiming a little bit, but not too much. I can go 2.9s here. That'll affect the angle a little bit, but it gives me a lot of firepower. And then we just need to... Really wish you'd let me put... There we go. We got these others. Now we've got good secondary guns. This thing will spank torpedo boats. All right, so I'm pretty happy with that. Now we got to balance it a little bit. Go 5-inch rear belt. Oh, you know what we can do? I can take you and fuck. That's right, I can't do... Motherfucker, I can't do that because then it messes this thing up. There we go. But that balanced it. All right, so now we got that fixed. And this is good, and that's good, and everything's good. And we have a little bit more tonnage to play. Oh, our inner deck is thick. Holy crap, that's a lot more inner deck than I think I need. Um, we probably only need like a 1-inch inner deck, because there's not going to be a lot of plunging fire. What's my flash fire chance? 30, yeah, that's not bad. 31%. That's a little too much. Alright, so this isn't awful. Probably more top armor than I need here, but that's... There we go. So that right there, now that's a cruiser. That's a cruiser. I am quite satisfied with this. So that's gonna be my refitting my captured ship video. So I hope everybody enjoyed that. So be sure to like and subscribe, and follow me on the stream. Come hang out with us. All right.